is talking about anime. Guess it's important to hear what they say. Argue over weapons throughout night and day. Now that you listen to the Rant Cafe.
Yo, what is up, boys? How's it going? And welcome back to another episode of the Rant Cafe Anime Podcast. Yes, we did talk about the fall season already, but now we actually watched some of the shows and can give a little bit more than just a synopsis. So with me today we have Anime Recon. What's up, gamer?
What's up, boys? It is good to be back, and we're here to be recommending and talking about seasonal anime, my personal favorite.
Boo. This sucks.
Yeah.
Jordan, the anime dude, is also here. How's it going?
What's up, everybody? I'm happy to be here, but a little sad that they made me watch anime. I don't know.
Watching
We'll
anime
get through it.
in 2025.
I haven't watched seasonal anime since last season. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
All right, most popular on the list, we got One Punch Man Season 3, and I think we already kind of hit the nail on its head last time by saying it'll never live up to Madhouse's first season with the animation, but the story and the characters are lovable. I had a lot of fun with episode 1. How about you guys?
It was very, very bad, unfortunately.
What do you mean it was bad? Shut the fuck up. What do you mean it was bad?
It's just episode 1 was full, and I mean full, of crappy still frames that I could barely enjoy it. Barely, man. It's so bad.
Yeah, I guess I just don't care about that much. Like, don't get me wrong, during like an epic fight scene, do I wish it for it to be better? But when they're like just doing like comedic jokes and having conversations and establishing characters, I'm okay with it.
I've watched all three. I've watched both episodes. Episode 2 aired today. I'm not really enjoying it at all. I'm not even laughing anymore because of the amount of still frames that is just hindering with my enjoyment of actually, fully watching the anime, sitting down, actually laughing. I'm just like with such a still face, like mid face. I'm not even smiling. I'm not even laughing. It's just like.
You're mirroring the image you're looking at, right? One PNG man.
Pretty much
PNG
just
man.
one PNG man.
Jordan,
It's not the same as it used to be.
what are your thoughts?
Sorry, I'm throwing slander out there, but you guys are gonna hate me for this. I actually haven't watched episode 1 yet. I didn't watch any of the sequels yet, so I watched all the non-sequel anime for the seasonals. But
All good, all good. I think
All
there were
good.
definitely a few
You're
times.
really not missing much.
There were definitely a few times in episode 1 where I'm like, you know what? A little bit more effort would have been appreciated. 100%. There's a few times I'm like, you could tell they don't give a fuck about this scene. They're just keeping it still frames. But overall, I think maybe I'm a little bit biased, but I do love One Punch Man. And just seeing these characters and the way they interact, even without the most fluid movements or a little bit of some PNG One Punch Man, I still genuinely enjoyed the first episode and was looking forward to the second, which still classifies as a W for me.
Oh,
I
yeah.
wanted to watch episode 2. I wanted to watch episode 2, and I will watch it, and I'll watch the rest of the season.
Briggs, do you want me to break it to you about episode 2?
Yeah?
Do you want me to break the bad news?
Sure.
Even more still frames o'clock.
That's crazy, man.
I will say, even though I haven't seen it, like usually when a show this popular starts getting hate, the hate kind of snowballs a little bit to where it's a little bit overblown.
I think so, too.
But even with the amount of hate I've heard for it, it looks like the scores are still decent. So like hopefully, like I said, if people are enjoying it, hopefully they're able to continue doing so throughout. Like
I
it
saw-
doesn't sound like it's as bad as
Jordan, I saw on Twitter, like, ratings for, like, first episodes and stuff on Twitter. One Punch Man was, like, on the real lower side. Like, really, really
Yeah,
low
but
side.
Twitter is just a bunch of losers.
But it made the chart, right? How many?
It made the chart, but it was, like,
Was it, like,
super
10?
low for the score of... It was less. It was
yeah.
super low, the score.
I feel like
If it was less, that means it was top however many that was, right? That's
Twitter is just a bunch of rage bait, extreme opinions, echo chambers, and then you
But
go
still,
into
I
the
hate
real
Twitter.
world and you realize, wow, everyone on Twitter is just it's just an exaggerated version of the reality for everything.
yeah. You know, they try to make their opinions very succinct, and then also like there's a little bit of monetization value there now too, where you know
Yeah.
it's like the entire post itself is clickbait a lot of the times, right?
Yeah.
Just trying
Yep.
to be as extreme as possible to.
I always try to
get the
explain it,
reaction.
dude. I always try to explain this to non-content creators when they're like talking about people doing things. I'm like, you gotta realize they're doing it for the views. They're doing it for the views. Like,
Obviously.
I literally say this to my girlfriend all the fucking time because she gets super involved on like watching YouTubers and drama and this and that. And she's like, but why would they be stupid enough to say that? I'm like, it has 13 million views. It doesn't matter if they're getting canceled. Anyway, side tangent.
Do be real. But here's the thing, all right? A lot of times, I know people can post low quality videos and stuff to Twitter now, but a lot of times what you're going to see on there are PNGs, and if you watch One Punch Man, apparently it's the same thing. So, you know.
So you're saying I should watch it on Twitter?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean,
Screenshots on there. I feel like I've basically
Watch it
seen
on
the
Twitter.
episode. You know, it's
See, even chat, one frame man. I'm telling you, I enjoyed it. I still enjoyed it.
You
Don't-
enjoyed it, but so many others do not.
Don't get me
including
wrong. I do think there's a couple moments throughout where I'm like, this is a little bit bad in regards to like the lack of effort and budget that they put into certain moments. But there wasn't any like crazy fights in episode 1, so I don't care. Save the budget for that. I'm down.
I feel like that's what kind of hurts a lot of people and stuff is with the show being as popular as it is, it not receiving the level of love it probably deserves.
Yeah.
But as we see up there, right? Like a 75 average is pretty dang good for. I mean,
Yeah.
season 3 is going to be the people that saw the first 2 seasons, so that's going to inflate it a bit. But I think people are kind of liking it. So
Yeah. And it's the most
don't
popular.
Let the hate train influence you too much.
Most popular, most anticipated, and it's above Spy X Family season 3, which I would say has gorgeous animation. I watched the first
most
episode.
popular, most anticipated, but completely under-delivered and disappointing.
Sad.
That's the result that we got.
All right, we'll see. Well,
I was
once like
surprised
I have some big
Family
moments that I know that are gonna happen in this season. Once those get animated, I'll judge it. If those are bad, then I'm like, okay. No.
That's fair.
Right.
How are you liking
Next
Spy
up.
Family, Briggs? season 3?
I liked the episode 1 so far. It was just really cute. The whole family was together. A bunch of little things went down. We got crane operator. I don't know what the word is for those. It starts with an E.
Fuck.
Excavators.
The claw machine. The
Yeah,
claw
it was
machine.
like a crane excavator
yeah.
type thing, and
Ex-
we had like a
excavator,
mech
whatever.
battle with that, which was kind of cool. Honestly,
It does sound good.
I straight up like end of the day, I'm gonna throw on an episode of Spy X Family every week. It's just wholesome, it's cute, it's funny. I want to see
Okay.
it get deeper into the plot than it already is, because not that much happened in episode 1. It was more just, hey, reminder, these are the characters that you love, and I still love them.
Yeah.
Okay.
How about you, Recon?
Pretty much the same formula, same shenanigans that we've seen in the first and second season. Pretty much wholesome family, missions happen or crazy events or whatnot, and yeah, you see some badass action here and there, and then you go back to pretty much being a wholesome family. Anya moments at school. What was the noble kid's name?
Is
I
it
forgot.
Damien? Damien's like my
Yeah,
favorite.
Damien. Yeah, Damien
Yeah.
just making fun of Anya as always, and then Anya just hating him back with her friend Belle. What was
Betty?
her name? Belle.
Yeah.
Betty. Yeah, Betty.
I only watched the first episode so
It's
far.
it's pretty much what we've seen before, but I like it. I'm enjoying it. It's fun. It's wholesome. It's cute.
Nice.
That's what you
nice.
get from Spike's
Cool.
family. I like it.
Wholesome vibes.
Episode 2 and episode 3 apparently had a lot more plot driven, which I appreciate. Episode
Yeah.
1 was kind of like, hey, these are the characters that you love. Let's get some fun activities going on. A little drama with that overworked man going crazy, whatever. But episode 2 and 3 apparently we get more into the plot of the actual story, why this family kind of came together in the first place. I do want to see more stuff with Yor and her backstory and like her being relevant, but we already talked about that. Let's keep the train moving. I'm assuming no one here is watching MHA.
So
Nah, dropped it
not-
long ago.
I do enjoy MHA as a series though, and I will say I've seen a lot of people going crazy about Invisible Girl finally getting her reveal for character design.
Oh yeah, I
So,
saw
it
pictures.
is-
I
yeah.
saw pictures of it. Yeah.
Everybody's hyping that so much, and it does crack me up that like one of the coolest character designs in the series is invisible for 90% of it. Like
That's amazing.
I feel like Horikoshi's nerfing himself on this series, right? Like or I guess maybe he just gave himself more time to come up with her design, but I figure that's worth at least a shout out.
Jordan and Recon saw pictures. The Dojins
Yes,
are going
sir, that's how I
crazy.
experienced my
The
anime.
Dojins have been going crazy. Okay.
I have the average One Punch Man enjoyer experience with anime. I just look at pictures and I act like I've seen it. You know, It's just-
All right, Recon, you're not watching it. I already know.
No.
To
Not
Your
watching it, no.
Eternity, season 3. I have not finished season 2, so I'm not watching it.
This is a very good season, Briggs. Very
Yeah?
good season.
I mean,
I'm
I've
really
enjoyed it
excited
thus
for
far.
this season based on what I read of the manga, but I haven't delved into it yet either. So
It's
Sorry
they
about
have
that.
they have completely shifted the season to something more unique instead of it being like the fantasy world that it normally is. We actually go and it takes place in like a city or like Japan. I think it takes place in Japan where Fushi is like still in control and everyone like thinks of him as a god and shit like that because he still has the trees, he still has the big tree and all his big roots like connect everything together in his power source, and you get new people and all that, and all of his friends that. Well, that would probably be a spoiler, to be honest.
Yeah, don't
If
tell us.
I,
So
if
let
I
me
say
sum it-
anything more.
Let me sum it up for you in 2 words here, Briggs. That
Yeah.
everything
you-
Recon just said. Time
Yeah.
skip arc. All right, those are always hype. Those are always fun, right? So every time you get through the time skip, it's a
Yeah.
good time. So this is
Honestly, if I
always
say
fun.
any more, it would probably spoil you,
Did,
Briggs.
did
but,
they
I'll
time
just
skip to like
leave it
modern
there.
day Japan?
Yeah,
Basically,
pretty
yeah.
much.
That's fucking
Yeah.
amazing. Okay, I want to watch it.
Yeah.
I will say the first 4 episodes of To Your Eternity are beautiful. I think it's such a great show. I did start to like lose a little bit of interest at certain points throughout season 1, but season 1 was fantastic.
Yeah.
I do want to watch season 2 and 3 at some point for sure.
Definitely not a perfect show, but I love the author. Same author as the Silent Voice, and I love how she does characters. And then it kind of turns into also like a battle shonen in some ways, right? So it's like a little bit of best of both worlds in that regard.
It's true.
I don't know.
There's less action, more slice of life, but the slice of life is really good. I like it
Yeah,
so
yeah.
far. It just makes you connect to all these characters that you really love throughout the show. So it's definitely worth it.
All right, the next most popular, which I can't believe this is the next most popular, but it is the next most popular. My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes, which actually had better animation than One Punch Man.
Exactly. Surprisingly, the animation for the show is really good.
The guy's
But,
name's
it's just
Akira,
so-
the guy's
it's
name's
so
Akira
generic.
Oda. Akira Oda. I think he wrote One Piece or something.
He wrote Dragon Ball and One Piece combined.
Wait, is
Toriyama.
is Oda's first name Akira?
No, so
Akira Toriyama for
we got
Dragon
Akira
Ball.
Toriyama Dragon Ball and Ichiro Oda One Piece. And I feel like that
Akira
had to be
Oda.
done on purpose as like he just
Rest in peace, Akira
I'm
Toriyama.
not gonna lie, I just blanked on his name until you said it, so that was off the top of the head.
Akira
but
Oda.
honestly, not a bad show so far. It's
I
Yeah,
feel like the
I
author of
actually
this
quite
must
like
be he's just a fan. I don't know if these names are that popular. Maybe they are, but I feel like there's no way that wasn't done on purpose.
Did you watch
I
this,
hate
Briggs?
that I
What
didn't
did you
I
think of
did
this?
watch it, and I think it's better than a lot of the other anime I watched. But everything else I watched was also really bad. I'm trying to remember which one this was. This one, he has like the assassin ability, but then when he gets
Yeah.
transported there, his stats are like better than the heroes, and he goes invisible immediately. He actually, one thing I liked about this show is he like became friends with one of like the knights or trainers there, which is one thing I didn't
Yeah.
see coming exactly. I think this is actually one of the better anime this season, and I will be watching more.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
It's very tropey in a lot of ways. Like it has the whole class teleported to an isekai world. But I like how the main character's kind of doing his own investigation, doing his own research, kind of coming to his own conclusions. And everything isn't. There's a lot of questions. We don't have any info about this world, but he's kind of coming to his own conclusions by interacting with the different people in it, right? So like you said, the Ikemen Knight character, the handsome guy that looks like he's from an Otome game, he kind of threw me for a loop, and I like him more than I thought I would initially. So I like the thing that they have kind of going on. So
I agree. I like their
Not bad.
dynamic, and I do like the fact there's a little bit of mystery with the world. Like, we know they weren't summoned for the reason that was presented to them, right?
No,
yeah,
it's
there's always like a
completely
straightforward
false.
thing, and then there's a lot of politics in the background of they have their own motives, and we have no idea what those are, right? So
Yeah.
I like how he's kind of investigating what that could be.
Yeah.
All right.
So underneath all that, the king is the most suspicious character. He's plotting something. He summoned the whole class for everyone's thinking, oh, we're gonna be heroes. We're gonna fight the demon lord, but no, he has other plans. And the protagonist has absurdly high skills, and he's investigating all that. And like you all said, the handsome knight. He's actually helping the protagonist because he doesn't side with the king or anything. He has more of like his own thing going on.
He's planning a coup in a lot of ways, but more of a peaceful coup from what we see. But we don't know the politics around it of like, is it justified? Is it not, etc. I think the most suspicious is probably the queen because her eyes are like glazed over. Jesus has that evil look to her.
The queen is actually controlled by the king. Spoiler alert.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. But,
Rip, recon,
I will
rip.
say
That's all I'm gonna say. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. No more.
I will say I like the fight scene it started out with in that first episode because the backgrounds looked really cool. They were like fighting on a roof. There was a couple different assassins, and like I said, the action actually wasn't too bad. So.
Yep. All right, the next anime is called My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. I did not watch this one because I didn't want to.
Yeah,
I did. I was looking forward to this one.
Yeah, I watched it, and honestly, Briggs, this is probably not something for you.
I could fucking tell by the name and the picture. I just said GG's next on this one, to be honest.
Honestly, this is almost similar to the case of like the girl who has a crush on this guy and she likes teasing him. And as soon as this happened, I'm like, oh great, this is fucking what's this one teasing anime? What's this slice of life teasing anime? I completely forgot about
Teasing
it.
Master Takagi or
Yeah, it's Teasing Master Takagi or Nagatoro. Yeah, both of these anime instantly sparked that, and like, yeah, it's that all over again. It's pretty much the same thing. She likes him. She teases him. Why is she so annoying? Why is she trying to, not like bully him, but like trying to get his attention in all sorts of ways. But this is pretty much what the show is about. It's cute, but I wouldn't say it's really for you, Briggs.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I was really excited for this one. I've always wanted to delve into the light novels. They say there's like game development in it. That first episode, I don't know if it's just the anime, but there was like, is a likable main character. There was a lot of not game development. There was none that actually took place in that first episode, but there was a lot of ecchi type moments. So it actually threw me for a loop. I did not expect that. I looked at this title, I looked at that picture, and I went in not expecting that. And I don't know what that says about me, but I got bamboozled. So. Didn't enjoy it as much as I thought I would, but it's still maybe down to read it at some point. So
Nice.
It's all right.
All right, Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skill Season 2. Season 1, considering the absurdity of this topic, was actually kind of fun. I like Season 1. I did not watch Season 2, though.
Very, very fun. That's all I'm really gonna say. Nothing has really changed for this as well. The formula is the exact same. Just an overpowered character with absurd cooking talent, with the shopping skill, feeding his wolf, Fenrir, who does pretty much all the work for him by killing monsters and shit like that, bringing him back ingredients, and he just cooks up delicious food. Watching this with an empty stomach is pretty hard, but other than that, really, it's just a fun show.
I actually never finished Season 1, but it shows us the vibe, and I do want to watch more. I'll absolutely want to watch more. It's an awesome show.
The isekai that some of you guys watch, shake my head. This is...
Fun cooking.
That could be me. I don't watch bad isekai.
Let's get into some non-sequels so me and Jordan can say some stuff here.
Finally.
The Monster Wants to Eat Me. Does anyone want to go first?
The horror Yuri anime.
I spoke a lot, so... Briggs, you talk. You haven't been...
Go for it.
Okay.
Yeah, you go for it.
The Monster Wants to Eat Me. I liked a lot of things about this show, but I overall hated it. And... I feel like everything that happened in episode 1 could have happened in like 7 minutes. I just feel like it was so slow. I knew what was going to happen just off of like reading the description and like the title's name. I knew where everything was going. And like the actual ending of episode 1. I think the message... I'm getting a sub real quick. Thank you so much, Echo, for the tier 1. Appreciate the fuck out of you, dude. Thank you.
Thank you for the subscription.
Thank you. So what I was saying was the actual ending and like the message of the show where she was... I watched this a little while ago, so I'm trying to remember. I remember it ending with like she wanted to die, right? But then now she's trying to find meaning in life or something along those lines.
They got a transfer student. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They got a transfer student. She was like almost eaten by a yokai, and then she clearly had some trauma with her past, and now she has like a new friend who's a fucking mermaid. that she's gonna protect her.
That also wants to eat her, but not yet.
That also wants to
like
eat her, but not yet. She's like the Hisoka of Yuri.
She's waiting for her to mature a bit more, so her body's a little bit more tastier.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a lot of good things, but the entire time I was bored, and at the end I'm like, I like the idea behind this. It just wasn't, and things looked beautiful. I think it was just the pacing. I think I just have TikTok brain rot. The pacing was just a little slow.
All right. So my opinion on this show, it feels like the type of plot I normally wouldn't watch. You know, I'm not gonna say I'm in love with all that, but what really did capture me was the pacing. I love the pacing.
No way!
It took itself slowly. It didn't try to rush things. It has this certain vibe to it, right? This aesthetic of like the water around her, really just letting you sit in the moment of her loneliness and where her headspace is at. The soundtracks are beautiful, and it just kind of let you sit in those moments and experience them with her, right? Like it didn't rush itself. So I love the pacing. The pacing was great. This is such a solid first episode.
I do feel like some of the conversations, some of the conversations just felt so irrelevant in like the high school.
She was like needlessly poetic with like the way she internally monologued.
I like the internal monologue.
So, and I like that like they would transfer from like, you know, a conversation with her friends where they're kind of talking, and then even in a crowd she was kind of isolated and alone, where it like slowly turns from that to like she's just kind of in her own head thinking things to herself, like surrounded by water, like she's still kind of stuck in the past. So
yeah,
I don't know, a lot of things I do like about how it handled things. Still like doesn't feel like a show I would normally watch, but maybe that's why I enjoyed it so much. So
I think I need to watch episode 2. You kind of brought me back in because there are so many there's little things I liked, but the overall product I didn't like. So like, maybe
I'm not in love with it, but like I did enjoy it.
Maybe because I knew what was gonna happen in episode 1 based off of like I usually go into things without knowing anything, right? I like going in blind. I don't even like watching trailers per se. And now for this one, I watched the trailer. I fucking read the description, talked about it with you guys, knew the title.
Yeah.
We theorized on what was gonna happen in the first episode, and then it just all happened. It was just
was Yuri. I was right. That synopsis it stuck out like a sore thumb, but
I think
I'm still all about it
because of that. The first episode was just like I know what's gonna happen. It's taken a million years to get there. Maybe episode 2, since there are things I liked with episode 1, maybe episode 2 will be better for me.
I will say I have no idea where it's going from here. I couldn't tell you.
And that's maybe what I'm excited for.
Obvious. Mm-hmm.
They're gonna fall in love, and then she's gonna eat her. Recon.
Pretty much all the points that you guys covered. There's not really much to say. I found this okay, but like you said, Briggs, it was very slow in the first episode. But episode 2 and 3 does pick up.
Nice.
So it does get a bit more exciting.
Are we gonna get yokai battles where the mermaid fights yokai?
No. Unfortunately, Briggs,
it's not gonna get shonen-esque. Oh, fuck.
To bring you the bad news, there's not really action in this.
Is there more romance? Because nothing's quite as romantic as like a girl covered in blood walking up.
The Yuri does start to spike up a little bit. Like you can sense it. So
Nice.
it is there. It is definitely there.
All right, let's move on to my most anticipated anime of this season. My personal favorite, Sanda.
Sanda. Santa Claus.
I'm not going to give my thoughts yet. I'll let you kind of break the ice there, Briggs. But I will say, before going into all the shows for this season, last time we talked about seasonals, I was very skeptical of this one. I was not looking forward to it. It just looked kind of silly. And I'll leave it at that. That was my first general impression. So
There is a scene in episode 1 that I am in love with. Don't get me wrong. Was episode 1 amazing overall? Maybe, maybe not.
It was okay.
There is a specific scene that I just love the transition of this dude getting stabbed and then transitioning to like people looking up with like smiles on their faces. It's snowing and you have the bells ringing. Oh,
as he becomes Santa Claus.
As he, whatever, you get the Jax turning into Santa. You have all these like these funny moments along the way and afterwards. But that moment of getting stabbed and then the bells start ringing and everyone's so happy, but he's fucking dying on the floor, is just chef's kiss. That's why I watch anime.
the production value is very good for this one, I will say.
Science Saru,
I didn't know if the quality of what they did would go down or not with all the different changes with that studio, but no, it was pretty high quality. So
It was good. There is so much craziness and shenanigans in the show that things don't make sense. Like a student bringing a gun to school.
What do you mean? That's just an average day in the U.S., dude.
I don't know about that, Brigo.
Did they have a gun? I'm trying to think. I remember a
Yeah,
knife. and a
yeah,
phone.
yeah. The girl. No, there was also guns available, but
Okay.
the kid turning into a jacked up Santa Claus and a lot of action, naked Santa Claus, muscular. There is so much shenanigans in this show. It's crazy. It doesn't make any sense, but it is very fun to watch. It's just something
I will
new.
say, I didn't
Science
quite know
Saru.
what was going on plot wise, but I'm gonna echo you, Briggs, and say that while I was very skeptical going into this show, it was probably my favorite among the things I watched as well.
Let's go,
It was
Jordan.
very good. The aesthetics were beautiful, and it had this very unique feeling where it was like doing its own thing. It didn't feel like it was trying to copy anything else. Like I don't really know what to expect, but I'm just kind of in for the ride along with it as I'm going. And yeah, everything's just really beautiful as you go. So,
Dude.
like the whole scene of her trying to stab him for like a couple minutes, and then kids being kids. Kind of going back to that the sister teasing him anime and stuff. It was like I watched those back to back, and it's kind of the same thing. It's like, is she into me if she's really mean to me, right? And he had that same thought process as like he's like, she sat there trying to stab me for a couple minutes. That must mean she likes me. That typical teenage thought process.
Dude,
so
that first
very
scene,
gaggy, very funny.
that first scene, she was like, I'm gonna kill you by the end of the day, or something like that, or I'm gonna take you out, and he's like, she's gonna confess.
she's into me.
She's gonna confess her feelings by the end of the day. Hilarious. Sorry to cut you off.
And
though,
he ended
Jordan.
up confessing. No, not at all. I'm in it with you right here. This was just a fun ride where it's like had a good mix of good action, good little comedy, just natural comedy from like the characters and how they are and how those teenage hormones kind of are, and enough craziness and wackiness to where you don't really know what to expect with what's coming next, right? Like it felt like a roller coaster just through the first episode, and like I have no idea where it's going from there. So interested in finding out what happened to the missing girl. Interested in finding out how all the Santa stuff is going to play out, and more about the world, just with the inherent mysteries of why are there no more seasons? What happened to Christmas and all these other things that like they don't really have anymore? They don't ever hardly have snow. They just, I don't know. It sets up a lot.
Yeah.
Up a lot in one episode.
All right, so
I'm yapping a lot. But
I will say,
Yeah.
Sonda, I haven't had a show where I watched it and wanted to make a YouTube video in a while. And like I started writing a script when I watched Sonda episode 1. And I think I realized what it is. Sonda's the type of show that like made me fall in love with anime. It's just such a stupid concept. It's so stupid that it's never going to be done in any other form of media, most likely. It's so unique in that way. It's got good animation, and it's just fun anime. Jacked Santa Claus, unique concept. It's just something that can only be done through anime, and it reminded me of why I fell in love with like weird, different anime in the first place.
Yeah. Closest comparison I can think of would be like Tim Allen's The Santa Claus movies, but like those are kind of silly where something, he shaves. A couple hours later, he has a full beard again because he's forced to be Santa Claus. But yeah, like you said, this is just a very anime specific aesthetic. So I don't know. I get the vibe.
I only watched episode 1, and I really hope I don't end up taking this back. But I
No,
haven't
you-
talked. I haven't
you
talked
will-
this fondly.
You will like it.
On a seasonal episode of Rank Cafe, I don't think I've talked this fondly about anything.
Well, I
It
will say,
picks
I
up-
think part of what helped me with it was I went in with zero expectations. I went in very blind. I didn't know what to expect, and I think that helped a lot as far
Yeah.
as just being blown away with the initial impressions. So,
I agree. Let's move on to something bad. My gift level 9,999 unlimited gotcha backstabbed in a backwater dungeon. I'm out for revenge. Guys, is he out for revenge? Did he get backstabbed in a backwater dungeon? Is his
He
gift
did.
unlimited gotcha, but it's level 9,999? Find out in the first episode.
so I didn't watch this one, but I will say the maid looks kind of like Hestia from Don Machi. So I see the appeal already. If
I was
people do
thinking
like
that as well. I was thinking as that. She just needed a boob ribbon.
Exactly.
It was bad.
Just
It
make
was
her a
really
little
bad.
bit taller.
Jordan, don't watch it. It was really bad.
I read the first half of the first light novel of this one, which is why I skipped it. So I feel like I can
Briggs.
still.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Bro.
This one good, Recon?
Okay, I'm genuinely not even joking. This is one of my favorite shows of the season.
Let's go.
Why?
It's not even an isekai, by the way, Briggs. This is
No,
a
it's not an isekai. It's actually a fantasy. All the characters live there. The concept is so interesting. Everybody in this world, like most of the powerful people or the beings hate humans because they think they're weak and they're useless completely. But Light, after getting backstabbed in the dungeon, he decides to so the way his powers work, the gacha system, he was summoning complete trash stuff because he was always on the surface and he never really knew how it works. But in the dungeon, when he got backstabbed and he activated a teleporter, he got sent to one of the deepest levels into big high-leveled monsters. And over there, the deeper you go, the higher the chance that his gacha system will get him better characters, and that's when
So that's
it
not
clicked.
even gotcha. They just use the word gotcha.
It
That's not
is.
even
No,
gotcha.
it is.
No.
No. It is gotcha because you get random characters, but they will be of high status.
He's in an area that has increased odds, Briggs.
You mean?
Okay?
Yeah. He's in an area of
It's
increased
an area that's not
odds.
easy to get to. Okay, like
Yeah, it's not
don't go
easy.
down
Remember, he got teleported there because of a trap. Like, it's just random occasion, so he got lucky. And over there, he kept on summoning, and now he has just a huge army of waifus, warriors, and beasts that all just are on command and call him Master Light. And from there, he spent 3 long years leveling up to 9,999, and now he's gonna go and get revenge on all of his old comrades who betrayed him, and he is going to become the villain to strike war on this entire trash world.
By far the worst anime I watched this season. Not even close. So don't get me wrong. Episode 1, bad. Episode 2, even worse. Episode 2, it's like everything that might be interesting about this world, he's in the dungeon. He needs to work his way back up because he got hit by a trap and ended up on the bottom floor. But then his gacha power kicked in and he was able to survive, got a high level gacha. 3-year time skip in episode 2. There's no struggle. Now he's got an army of waifus. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. How cool would it be? How cool would it be if he got sent to the bottom floor, barely survived, uses his gacha ability to climb his way back up, train, struggle, go through the floors, and then get his revenge?
Briggs, who needs that? You just got a time skip.
Briggs.
Get to the point.
Later in this episode, I have an anime for you that I think both of you guys will watch. We'll bring this together where these two opposite ends of the spectrum. I hate this. We'll like the
By the
show
way,
already.
Briggs, I know you're not gonna watch this,
It was just
so I'm just gonna.
So I watched
Briggs,
2 episodes
Briggs.
of this, by the way. Chat made me watch 2 episodes. I was ripping on episode 1, and they're like, you have to watch episode 2. It's even worse. And then it was.
Briggs,
Dude,
in episode.
how
Listen,
stupid.
Briggs,
I know it was all a trap. I know it was all a trap where he's getting beaten up or something, and then a whole party shows up to his rescue and then is super nice to him. Such an obvious trap, right? But it was just everything felt like rush to the point, rush to the point, rush to the point, rush to the point. That it felt like it was just let's glue a bunch of random things together. It felt so unbelievable. Everything felt not believable.
Briggs, just to
Contrived.
let you know that Light is so overpowered that in episode 3 and probably beyond, because what I saw in episode 3, he is just
What's the fucking
pure.
point?
He's just pure flexing.
I feel
He
like
is pure flexing his powers. Nobody can beat me now. I'm the villain.
I don't mind an overpowered protagonist, but the journey from the whole thing is they set him up as this weak, taken advantage of person. He's a weak person that was taken advantage of, and they just boom, episode 2, army of waifus. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
Briggs, you just said something about having TikTok brain earlier and wanting fast pacing. This is the fast pacing we're here for, okay?
I wanted
Yeah.
I wanted fast pacing with deep moments and inner monologue with the monster wants to eat me. I wanted the good writing of the monster wants to eat me to get there a little bit faster.
I will say, Recon, at least you know what you like in an anime. Briggs here has no clue. He's like, the pacing's too slow, the
I
pacing's too
genuinely
fast.
really enjoyed this. Surprisingly, I'm really looking forward to his revenge. So far, he got one. He got one member so far, and he's gonna get the rest of them. I can't wait to see their reactions. It's so good.
I just love how opposite you guys' reactions on the show are. I'm almost glad I didn't watch it. I don't want to be a tiebreaker. I just
Chat forced me to watch episode 2, and it was the worst day of my life.
leave it in a draw.
All right, I did not watch.
Bro, come on! Like this guy is so much more better than the OG Light. Like you gotta agree with me, right?
What OG Light? Like the main character
Death
Light
Note?
in the show?
Yeah, from Death Note.
Oh,
Like
shut
this
up,
light,
shut up.
this light is so much better than the OG Light from Death Note.
I
You
hate
gotta
you.
agree with
Stop,
me.
stop, 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 stop.
He's the better villain for sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. He's the better villain.
I just feel like the interesting power and like I feel like a time skip just ruins the cool power and like the world and the system. You know, it just ruins so much.
I
for
will
me.
say I'm a sucker for like randomization and powers and stuff and games that have randomizers, RNG, gotchas.
Yeah.
Those are fun to watch play out. And I will say them skipping past all that was kind of what ruined it for me in the novels as well. Whenever I tried to give those a chance. So.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. Like, what was that? What was that anime where Battle Frontier something? Didn't he like max out his luck or agility? I thought he had a good luck stat too, and it made a difference. And there's something
I'm not
about
sure
that
I've
I
seen it,
like.
but that is inherently kind of fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Games are like that or shows are.
But you got to see him like go through the process of like working his way up and training and like fighting enemies, and like he was OP to begin with, but like you saw the process a little bit. Dude, he had a mansion in episode 2, underground.
Yeah.
19 billion
So-
waifus that wanted to smell his feet. I
Time
want
skip.
So
losing
what
my
I'm getting
mind.
here is if you like the destination, you'll like this show. If you like the journey, you might not. So it's,
You know what it is?
Honestly-
I think I want a fast-paced journey. That's what I want. I want a fast-paced
You
journey.
barely get that. You barely get that anymore, man. It's been like I don't know how many journeys you get in anime these days, but it's always a big time skip. Like anime just want to get to the point already instead of these journeys. So yeah, but my expectations for these journeys are just low, and you get what you get. You get a time skip. I'm like, okay, he's OP. Well, let's see where this goes from there. I know he's just gonna beat the shit out of everyone, but this is gonna be fun anyways.
Okay. I did not
Good
watch
journey.
the next
You
one,
guys-
but I'm sad because I really did want to watch it. Dusk Beyond the End of the World.
I actually kind of like this one. It's a PA Works
Yeah.
original. There's a lot of mysteries it kind of sets up right away. So it's an isekai in the same sense that Dr. Stone is, right? Like it's a
Yeah.
he wakes up in a futuristic world where things are very different. There's androids and like cool fights that involve those, and then on the back end of that, there's a lot of politics kind of going on in the world that he doesn't understand. Orwellian type stuff with authoritarian governments, and I think they're actually called Orwell, so it's kind of very on the nose there. So I don't know, very interesting little show so far.
That does sound interesting.
There was like a 5-minute segment where they explained like how the future version of marriage is like polyamory or whatever, and like I feel like they dwelled on that a little bit too much. I don't know if they're setting up a harem or whatever, but they sat there and talked about that for like 5 minutes.
I mean, it
but,
is an anime.
Jordan, you, yeah, you get the harem. You do get
Okay,
it.
okay.
All right,
I
Recon.
don't know. I was like, I don't know if they're setting that up, but it is fun. It is
You
fun.
get the harem.
Recon Jordan. The funniest comment in chat. All things considered, I think the main character in Dusk Beyond the End of the World is 1,000 times worse than Gotcha Man. How? How?
I wouldn't say he's the
cryogenic
worst.
sleep.
He's-
He's an android.
he's okay.
I don't have strong opinions on him yet. He hasn't really
he's
done
alright.
much. He's good with his hands. He knows how to fix stuff, but he does. There's something about 2036, or 2030 something, which is the year he's from. I don't know what happened with fashion back then, but he walks around wearing like a crop top the entire time. So, and they don't wear that in the future. So he has that 2030 sense of fashion, Aside from that, not a ton of strong opinions on him yet.
Yeah.
All right. Quick-
I've watched all the episodes so far, 4 episodes. My opinions on the main character is still pretty much the same as the first episode. He's not really that special. It's just my issue is he's being overshadowed by the side characters. I find them a lot more interesting than the protagonist himself. But the most interesting thing for me about Dusk Beyond the End is how captivating the world building is. It is so interesting. It is so good, and that's what's keeping me watching this anime because I want to find out more about this world. It keeps building up on the world building more and more and more. Almost, I would say, like Mushoku Tensei did with the world building.
Yeah.
So
And-
I
and
want to
it
keep
is an
watching.
anime
this.
original with PA Works,
And,
right?
yeah,
So it's
I really
you're not
like
gonna
PA
get spoiled
Works.
by source material people or anything.
PA
It's just,
Works, great animation as well, good visuals for the show as well. So, yeah.
always worth checking out their anime originals.
Nice. All right. From this point onward, we're already like 12 shows deep into the list. I say we just take turns picking a show that we watched.
Okay.
All right, sure.
Sounds good.
Jordan, would you like to go first?
Sure. So, while we're still on the topic of the level 999 gotcha and you guys having different opinions on that, I watched a show called Hero Without a Class. Who even needs skills?
Oh yeah, I've seen this
Alright.
one. So good.
And this is a fantasy show where the hero or the main character is classless. He doesn't have a class, so he's not able to get skills. But who even needs skills? Because this man, he's a hard worker. He's very driven. He has that chip on his shoulder, and he just trains a lot.
I can't.
Briggs,
find
this
it.
is what you wanted. This is what you wanted, Briggs. You wanted proper training and all that. You got to watch this one.
I went into it expecting to hate it. I actually kind of enjoyed it. So there was
Where
a lot
is
of
it?
fights in the first episode.
What's it called?
Hero without a class.
Who even
Where
needs
is it?
skills?
Where is it?
But yeah, so it's one. Where,
Don't tell me it's in the O&A section. It's probably in the O&A section. No?
It is an ONA.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's why I didn't see it. Damn it.
Yeah,
Okay.
keep going down to the O&A
Apparently,
section.
it's an ONA. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's one of those things where whenever these shows have like skills and stuff, they're still doing things you can do manually, right? Like it just kind of does it for them, is what it kind of gets at. So he sees it done. He trains really hard until he's able to just do it himself, and because he has those fundamentals down, he's a little bit more flexible with how he's able to utilize it, right? So it's
Yeah.
fun little first episode. A lot of fights in there. It's not like amazing production value or anything. It's probably gonna get a lot of hate, but I'm gonna have it as like my guilty pleasure for this season. So
Nice.
Oh yeah, it
it's
definitely is.
like a good little mix. I feel like you guys would both find it.
Speaking of ONAs, I actually watched one as well. I watched The Wild's Last Boss Appeared. Not because I was scrolling through this list. It was just like on one of those like random anime sites, and an episode came
Yeah.
out. I'm like, I remember seeing this. I'm gonna watch it. There's like one episode out right now.
Was it good?
It was. It's all right. It was kind of like it reminded me of Overlord, where a guy who played a game got like reincarnated or got incarnated into that world as his character. So instead of like an overpowered like skeleton, he's an overpowered like waifu. But like he still goes back to like where his base was and like fawns over some memories and stuff. There's not as many servants or like NPCs that he's dealing with yet. However, there was one fight and it was kind of badass. Where, like they went to do like a quest and they took on some orcs, and it was just like, oh my god, like she came to the realization, or he came to the realization, like how much OP he is compared to the world, similar to Ainz. And it was in that moment where he's like, I don't even need a sword. And he just started popping heads. The orcs' heads just started exploding. And the final one was like a little tap to like the giant orc's noggin. Just explodes.
Overpowered
like-
like Garrett.
A wild boss is pretty good. I like it.
It was like fun. It was just fun. Was it good? But not really, but it was fun. And I will probably like put that on at night and just like tune in and out of it.
This sounds interesting enough. Like he
Yeah.
is the last boss that appeared out of nowhere. Recon, do you have any? I guess that you wanna.
Yeah, I actually got two from this list that I'm so shocked that they're not rated high, and I know for a fact that they're going to be super underrated. But the first one, have you guys checked out Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider?
No, but I wanted to. It was too
I
low.
know
It was
there's
too
a
low
lot
on
of
the list.
Kamen Rider
It was too
It
low
is
on the list. I didn't get there.
So good. Holy
It's
shit,
not
it
a
is
sequel
so
or
good.
anything, is it? I just know
No,
there's
no,
a lot
no,
of
no, no.
Kamen Rider
It's
stuff.
not a
I saw
sequel.
that.
It's not a sequel.
Okay.
It is just such a good, interesting show about. It talks about multiple characters who are average looking and all that stuff, but they have potential and skill, and like they have this hidden power within them. And like but it all starts with the protagonist. First of all, you know him as Tojima, where as a young kid he wants to be a Kamen Rider just from watching the shows and all that stuff,
Right.
and he just continues for years practicing a pose to perfect it and all that stuff. And from that, he got powers and he beats up his bullies at school and all that. And now at 40 years old and he has a job and he still retains that dream of becoming a Kamen Rider. And when he goes to a festival, he finds a Kamen Rider mask, puts it on, and then he just fights bad people. And the villains in the show are called the Shocker Gang, who are the main villains, and they just do a bunch of random stuff like rob stores or whatever, and they just comes in and saves the day. And regarding other characters, they're also from different shows that are inspiration to these characters, so they dress up as them and then they go out and pretty much fight crime. But it's just so funny. It's so good.
I'm surprised
Have you seen any other Kamen Rider stuff? And
I'm surprised that this is not more popular. Is it what?
Well, I was going to say Kamen Rider is like a very popular franchise in Japan and whatnot. So I didn't know if you'd seen any of the others and if there's like references to those or.
No, I have actually never really watched Kamen Rider or anything, but I've heard of them. I've heard of it from Japan, but I've never really seen anything.
I know it started in like the 70s, so that's why I know there'd been like a lot since then, which is why I didn't watch this one this time around. But that's interesting.
But I'm surprised and shocked that this is really low. It's got great animation, amazing action.
Huge. Okay.
And of course, a lot of jiggle physics as well. Yeah.
All right. Now I'm sold. You said action. I was kind of, snoozing off a little bit there, but jiggle physics.
There is.
Did anyone watch the new Digimon?
I did. Beat Breakers.
How was it?
Or Beat Breaker. I didn't quite know what was going on, but I feel like they're using this to tame us because Digimon are basically AI, right? And then there's a bunch of AI stuff, and the main character's like, I don't trust AI, and I feel like they're using this to tame us, to make us trust AI, because the Digimon's like, you don't trust me, and he gives them those like puppy dog eyes, and he's like, of course I trust you now. You're cute. You're like a little fuzzy Digimon, right? So
yeah, I was against AI until the anime girls started coming out.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then I don't know, fun little start, but like it felt like I almost felt like I missed stuff, like with it being like the first episode of like a new series. Like there's like talking about stuff that happened in the past that wasn't there, and then the fights were kind of okay, but the main guy has a Digimon that's called Gekomon that's like fights with his tongue, and like that's always a little weird to me because like he put his tongue down like the dog Digimon's throat and stuff like that. I'm like, what am I watching right now?
But, I just didn't
get
that low on the
list.
I did not get that low on the list, but my one that I did get to was the banished court magician aims to become the strongest.
Oh God. Honestly, some good shows are like way at the bottom of the list, and I'm surprised they're not ranked higher for this season.
Yeah. Oh, some are O&As and stuff. Is this one just a regular show here, Briggs? Or
just a random.
Yeah, this is a regular show. It's just another one of those kicked out of the party. But guess what? He's
overpowered.
Exactly.
I will say, the way he got kicked out of the party was so stupid. It was so annoyingly stupid. There's something about this anime that I actually kind of liked at times, with like the main character and like maybe the people that he meets afterwards. But the initial party interaction was like, how could you be a court magician? You only use supporting magic. And then like he didn't try to be like, I could use other magic. I just wanted to support you guys. And he wasn't like, show me what other magic you could do. They're like, you're out of the party. You're not even a court magician anymore. Banned. We're evil guys. We're bad. He was underground, so he probably didn't want to use his overpowered spells and like cause the entire place to turn to rubble. He didn't want to overshadow these guys. He was just helping them in small ways. And it was just like no communication. He even came to help them afterwards with like and then the girl just burns up the documents. I mean, this show sucks. It just felt so forced for him to get banished, and then the show starts.
No. This is probably written by somebody who plays video games with their friends. They're always the support character, and they feel very underappreciated. Okay,
yeah. The amount of
underappreciated, and they got kicked off the team. So this, I assume that's probably what happened here. Very realistic in that regard.
The amount of series that follows a character getting kicked out or banished from a party is starting to really get trendy for a lot of people. That's why you see just more of them now being produced every season or so. But man, this whole trend of getting kicked from the party started, I think, because of one anime, which was the original Banished from the Heroes Party. and he opens up a clinic on the countryside. Like, this show alone was popular enough to completely start this trend.
Wow.
It's so funny because I feel like I always miss the show that starts the trend, and then I watch all the knockoffs that
It's just crazy, and then just more shows copy the same thing. Oh, you're kicked out, but guess what? He's overpowered.
That's so funny.
Kicked out of
I don't even know
kicked out
what
of the
show you're...
Demon Lord's party, but you're so overpowered.
I don't even know what original show you're talking about, so I'm on the same page with Jordan, but Recon mentions the show, and immediately someone in chat was that anime was so fucking sick. I love that show.
yeah. I can picture it in my head because I've at least seen stuff about
No,
it.
it was
but yeah, I've
genuinely
never-
good.
never seen
It's
it.
called Banished from the Hero's Party, and something. But he opens up a pharmacy on the countryside.
That's so
Like,
random.
instead of being a hero fighting the demon lord and all that stuff, he's gonna be the hero and do medicine for people, pretty much. So yeah,
All right. Did anyone watch Wandance? I was meaning to watch it, but I never got to it.
yeah, I saw
did.
episode 1.
I think the hate's a little bit overblown, but the dance scenes do look really bad with
No,
the CGI.
it is.
no.
It is so deserved, the hate. It is so bad.
Yeah. There was also like a scene where like he was like referencing a music video, which I get why they did, but then they just kind of sit there and let it play through. So it was like 2 to 3 minutes of just watching like a live action music video.
I don't know, man.
Sick. That's what I'm
And
talking
then
about.
yeah, and then there was like the dance scenes like that are supposed to be big and climactic towards the end. Like it's supposed to be a big scene that's like revolutionary for him as a character, him as a person.
Like,
and it's just like the worst looking thing, the worst looking part of the episode. Like,
That's so
so-
bad.
I really thought
Yeah,
Madhouse
but-
was gonna do something good, but
but I do think the hate's a little bit overblown. I see how low the scores
No,
are.
it
And I
deserves
didn't
it.
hate it that much. Okay,
it's Jordan, when you have an anime show that is all about dancing, you expect to see good dancing.
that's
But
that's
then
what
when
I'm saying.
you-
The
but
animation
then-
has failures, but I would probably go and read the manga and like be fine, right? So
Like,
it's-
the animation outside of the dancing is good, it's solid, but when you
Alright.
come to the dances, they just use such outdated models and
Mm-hmm.
crappy CGI that it just completely ruins
All right. That's
the whole
Yeah,
show.
That's really sad.
it,
I will
it
say,
didn't look good, but
as much as I'm the type of person that doesn't care that much about good animation at times, like with One Punch Man, for example, I expect the fights in One Punch Man to have that effort in. So for Wandance, if it had bad animation, but the dance scenes were good, it'd be fine. But like, if the dance scenes are bad, that's kind of like a major
like-
factor.
it's just like
I'd-
Stefan said, like a bad CGI model just kind of doing its thing and whatnot. But it was less so that like that was a thing. It was more so the part where they had that was supposed to be like the big moment at like the end of the first episode, right? And then it's like it lingers on this bad looking dance sequence. It's just CGI.
I will say, someone in chat just said, or Saucy Weeb says, the dancing in the manga is so much better than the anime. And that's really sad because the anime is supposed to enhance that aspect.
Yeah,
Something
exactly.
like a manga, it's hard to show something like dancing. So if the manga is better than the anime, that's horrific. I'm going to read the manga. That's crazy.
But like I will say, at least watching that first episode, like as a glorified advertisement for the manga, I watched it and I was like, I get the hate for that dance sequence part, but it was at least not bad enough to where I could see myself reading it, right? Like I was like, I might sit down and read this at some point. So.
Fair.
As soon as I saw the studio for this Madhouse, I was like, oh, I'm really excited to see this. But it's just that how can Madhouse produce these types of dances and say, like, yep, this is great to air? Like,
was really excited for
how
this.
would the audience feel if they, how would your audience feel if they saw something like this? Of course they wouldn't be happy. They will immediately think this is trash. And I dropped this in episode 1. But fun fact though, I dug a little bit deep into the production for this, and the dances were actually captured using mocap with real dancers.
Really?
Yeah, which
Yes.
I feel like if they would have maybe just like animated over it or something and did like a little bit of
But
Like-
the biggest problem is that there's just no cleanup within this mocap.
Yeah.
It is very rough, very stiff. There's no cleanup, bad
Models
models,
very
bad
old looking,
animation. It's just completely ruined.
That's so
Like,
sad.
that's just it.
it had some
Alright.
good like
It's
rap
very
music.
sad.
It's a little
All right,
vibey
Recon
music,
and...
good opening.
Sorry, my bad. What were you saying, Jordan?
No, I was just saying it had some good music as far as like the opening was good and some good little rap vibes in there. But
Do you mind moving the mic just a little bit closer to your mouth? Or it might be on my end.
Me?
can you hear me now?
Yeah, you're good.
Hello?
Not you, Recon. I'm talking about Jordan.
Okay.
I do want to say before we wrap up, one or two more anime each for you two, if there's anything that you did watch that we haven't
Yeah.
talked about.
So
Jordan, you go.
one big one I want to touch on. I think it's probably the highest rated ONA is it's called May I Ask for One Final Thing. So it's like a question. So it did have like a bit of an Otome game feel to it, but like the main character, it starts out with her in like a ballroom gown at the ball, and her fiance she's had since childhood not only annuls their engagement but announces his engagement to somebody else. And all the guys in this show so far are very cartoonishly villainy. But I will say, the main character, the girl, she likes to throw hands, and I've never seen somebody look so happy after bathing in the blood of their enemies, right? Like in a non-psycho assassin way, but more of she just threw hands and like bloodied everybody up kind of way, right? So it was interesting. It was actually better than I expected it to be, and I think it's one of the higher rated shows this season so far.
Nice.
Yeah, everyone is praising the first episode because it was quite good, the first episode.
Yeah, not bad at all.
Recon, your pick?
Have you guys seen Gnosia?
No.
I really want to talk about this Gnosia. So, I'm sure you guys, or probably Jordan the most, you've seen anime related to Among Us, right? Like Astro Lost in Space or Talentless Nana. Gnosia probably is the most accurate representation to Among Us. It's basically Among Us, an anime of Among Us, where you get different characters. They're on a spaceship, and there are aliens called Gnosia, and they are on a mission to completely destroy humanity. So these characters are on a ship, and one of them is an imposter, a Gnosia alien, who shapes themselves as a human, but they can't lie. But everyone goes through the same thing as in Among Us, through different phases, like the free time phase where they get to know each other and all that stuff, and then in the end they go through the voting phase to vote out the most suspicious person, and then the most suspicious person goes into cryo sleep, and then they get to see whether that was a Gnosia or not, and if it's not, they keep going to different rounds and all that stuff. But the interesting thing about this for the main character is that he has the power to go through a time loop. So if the humans lose, he will go through a time loop again.
That sounds like cheating, but I feel like if you
it is cheating. Listen.
right?
That's the interesting thing. It is cheating, but every time the Gnosia is different because they caught on to his powers. So it's not going to be the same person every time. It's completely different.
That's kind of wild. So it is like he's just playing Among Us over and over again. That's
he's just playing Among Us over and over again until he's like until the humans win. But as the episodes go by, more characters are then introduced. Okay. So and then the Gnosias just get more smarter and smarter, and it's very interesting. That
actually sounds really interesting. And I know we talked about it prior, which is why I'm sad. Like I didn't give it a chance. And last anime for me, Briggs. All right, I want to tell you what I watched instead of Gnosia. So I watched A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai. You know, I always refused to watch Vampire.
We're back. We're back.
Briggs, did you get any of that stuff that we talked about?
No.
I started talking about A Gatherer's Adventure in Isekai and how it's basically just
Briggs, did you capture what I said about Gnosia?
I feel like you just checked out on me.
Gnosia, I heard it sounded interesting. However, Recon, Jordan's pick. I just saw your face talking so enthusiastically, but I couldn't actually hear what you were saying.
Yeah, it's not good. I was just proud of myself for actually watching it. So I was like, this is my trash isekai. I refuse to watch Campfire Cooking or anything that starts a trend, but all the bad copycats, I
Yeah.
usually end up checking those out. So, yeah, not good, but I was just proud of myself.
What's it
I wanted
about?
to mention that. He goes around gathering stuff after he's isekai to another world. He has all these skills. Basically, every word of the dictionary is like another skill, so he keeps finding those out. Every time he's like, fly, he ends up flying. Or if he says, scan, he ends up finding all the ingredients throughout the forest to go and gather those, right? And it's kind of boring in that way, but it gets a cute little dragon mascot at the end.
Oh my god, it
mascot
really is
character
this campfire
named
cooking.
Bee. Yeah, it looks really cute. The mascot's name is Bee, so I might keep watching some more for Bee. So
Nice.
Just
You
it's
don't
just
watch
him
the thing that
gathering
starts the
stuff. That's
watch
it.
all
It's
the
just him
knockoffs.
gathering.
Yeah.
Dude, I do the same thing. I watched another one where a guy had like an Amazon cart the entire show. He got isekai with an Amazon cart or something. But I've watched like 2 or 3 like that.
Yeah, don't forget about Isekai as a vending machine.
I need to watch that one. That one actually.
I watched the first episode. It was pretty mid.
It's so bad. It's so
That's the
bad.
thing, they're all pretty bad, but it's one of those things. It's one of those things.
Did anyone watch Let's Play? I did not. And you guys?
No,
I
I
don't
don't
know
think
what
I have
that is.
actually. No, I haven't seen that one yet. Actually.
Let's Play.
Let's play.
Oh wow, it's
Among
not
Us.
like it's not even that low. It is pretty low. It's below Digimon Break. It's a rom-com.
I'm still waiting for that Disney Twisted Wonderland one. I'm so
Same.
excited for that. I'm so looking forward to that.
It's coming to Disney Plus. I actually bought Disney Plus the other day for something else.
Man. Why? Just watch it online.
It was a show that I watched. It's not anime, and I couldn't get it online. It wasn't out yet, but it was on Disney Plus. And I said, "Fuck it, I'm paying the $10 for the worst show of all time." It's called Chad Powers. It's so bad, but it's so funny. It's so funny. It's a football show, and I just wanted to watch it. And I also, in the back of my head, I'm like, Disney Twisted Wonderland's coming out. I'll watch those episodes, and then I'm gonna fucking cancel my subscription.
Chad Powers. All right.
I'm very excited for this one.
Dude, Chad Powers, Jordan, watch it. It's so funny, but it's so bad. It's like it's just like this university or college football star gets like canceled and loses his position as like starting QB, but he comes back to another team with like a wig and a prosthetic nose, and like he goes from being like this like fuck boy, pretty boy to like he puts the wig and nose he puts on make him like pretty ugly, and he changes his voice, but he kind of is like a better person in this role, and it's just so fucking funny.
Bro, Google just knows I'm a weeb. I tried to look it up, and like one of the top results is what powers does Chad have, and it's talking about Bleach. Like,
That's so funny.
but I see it. I might have to check that out. If it's a comedy and it's about football, those are usually pretty funny.
Anyway, I hope everyone enjoyed. Anything else? Any final thoughts, guys?
I think those are really it. Really, we talked about
A lot.
everything.
Yeah, watch Sonda.
Yeah, watch Donda. Yeah,
Yeah, that's it. Everything else is
Sonda.
droppable.
The theme of this episode. So.
Oh, watch Tojima Wants to Be a Kamen Rider and watch Gnosia.
Okay,
Two
I'll check-
very underrated but amazing shows.
I'll check
of
those
this
out.
season.
I'll check those out. I
Also,
hope
watch
everyone.
all the bad isekai.
I'd watch all the bad isekai, and just so you can make fun of it with friends. Love you guys, Shinpaku, and I'll see you all next time.
Bang!